The Ministry of Defense had placed orders for 250 Astra Mark 1 air-to-air missiles in 2020, which included 200 missiles for Su-30 fighter jets of the Indian Air Force and 50 missiles for the MiG-29K fighter jets of the Indian Navy. According to latest reports, Bharat Electronics Limited will deliver the first batch of Astra Mark 1 missiles between April and July 2022. After these 250 units are delivered by the end of 2022, the Indian Air Force and the Navy will place a bulk order for 500 more Astra Mark 1 air-to-air missiles. A limited series Tejas aircraft will also carry a test flight with the Astra Mark 1 missile in 2022, but it will only become operational with the 83 Tejas Mark 1A fighter jets. The trials of the Russian-made GSH-23 gun on Tejas aircraft were aborted in 2015 due to other priorities in the program which were much more significant, and also due to initial estimation that it will require nearly 2 years for the completion of the gun trial certification. The Indian Air Force had to grant an FOC exemption, due to which the FOC Tejas carried the 23mm gun, but it was not cleared to operate them since its certification was still pending. The Tarmac Media House has now revealed that the LSP-7 Tejas Mark 1 aircraft has reached Nashik, and it will start trials of the Russian-made GSH-23 in early 2022. The GSH-23 autocannon gun is manufactured locally by the Ordnance Factory Board, and many old technicians of the gun have been roped in to fix any teething issues with the aircraft, which may crop up when the gun trials begin next year. The Indian Air Force has received 2 second-hand Mirage 2000 fighter jets from France that were operational with the French Air Force. The 2 aircraft would now be upgraded to the latest standards as part of the Mirage upgrade program by Hindustan Aeronautics that will also take the strength of Mirage fighter fleet to 50 aircraft. The Indian Air Force is also using phased-out French Mirage aircraft for spares that will help maintain the Mirages till 2035. Addressing an event at the commissioning of 4th Scorpion-class submarine INS Vela at the Naval Dockyard in Mumbai, the Indian Navy chief has said that the Navy has recently conducted a successful sea trial of the first indigenous aircraft carrier INS Vikrant, and it will also be commissioned by August 2022. He also said that the Indian Navy is closely monitoring defense cooperation between China and Pakistan, and the recent procurements like Type 54A guided missile frigates and 8 Hangar-class submarines might change the dynamics, so the Indian Navy needs to remain cautious. US firm Drone Deck Corporation has announced that it has entered into a formal agreement with India's Bharat Electronics Limited to design, develop and produce Drone Deck smart mailbox units for worldwide distribution. Drone Deck holds a first-position patent portfolio for its smart mailbox for drone package receiving and storage, and this secure mailbox accepts delivery via robotic unmanned driverless aerial drone. After an intense validation exercise, the India-France joint military exercise Shakti 2021 has culminated in France. The joint exercise has strengthened mutual confidence and interoperability and enabled sharing of best practices between the two armies. The Indian Army Chief reviewed the exercise Dakshin Shakti, which involved conduct of special heliborne operations, aerial attacks and use of swarm drones, depicting the futuristic concepts of warfighting in a multi-domain battlefield. The exercise saw the involvement of T-72 and T-90 tanks of the Army, and the Dhruv and Rudra helicopters of the Indian Air Force and the Jaguar strike aircraft. The Indian and Japanese space agencies are planning a joint mission to the Moon that is meant to explore the polar region. The mission will be known as LUNAPEX, Lunar Polar Exploration Mission, that will feature an Indian lunar lander and a Japanese rover.